Welcome back to the channel, Steve's Trains. It's Boxing Day, 26th of December 2023. It's pretty warm here today in New South Wales. Anyway, a bit different today, something a bit different. I got for Christmas something a bit sort of left field for me. I got a ready to run Dapol O-Gauge Loco. It's the Dapol A1X Terrier. I don't normally do this sort of stuff, and it's Stradley Improved Green Stepney. That's the name of the loco. So here's the box. So what I intend to do today is this is DCC on board, or whatever it's called. So it's not DCC, it's DCC fitted, so it's got a chip in it. It's not got sound. I'm really not into sound. Anyway, so I have run this, but anyway, I got it for Christmas, but I got it from Hatton's. So as soon as I got it, even though it's for Christmas, I said to my wife, I said, you always run these things. So now you may wonder, why did I get this loco? Well, I'm interested in all railways, mainly Eastern, but the reason is, oh, one moment, hang on. Yeah, the reason is because number one, I like terriers, and the other reason is I do like the old pre-grouping liveries. That's pre-1923. When they become a big four, and this one is in Stradley Improved Loco Green. Funny that, Improved Loco Green. And let's put that there. There's not much green on it, but anyway, that doesn't matter. So what I like about it, I just like these liveries, and let's face it, if I was to build this, do you reckon there's no way I could paint something like that and line it all out. So I do like it. So I've got it on my, everyone has these little plinths of track to put stuff on. So I'm not really going to do a review as such. Probably just very brief. I was actually surprised that the roof, or at least the roof doesn't come off like on the Dapol pannier. It does, which means you can take it in and put crew in. This one doesn't, so anyway, that would have been nice, but anyway, not to worry. It's really nicely finished. As I said, no way I could paint it like this. Look, the number, let's see if I can zoom in. It's got a little, I suppose it's brass, I don't know if it's brass or not, but it's some form of fitted plate. It's not printed on, and it's number 55. So it looks, I love it. There's no added detail to fit. It's got a glowing firebox, which obviously if you run it on analog stops, on the train stops, on DCC, it should stay on. It's got screw couplings, front and rear, and a vac pipe, and of course sprung buffers, which quite frankly, I mean, you know, that's about the only reason people like sprung buffers. They can go, oh look, it's got sprung buffers. In reality, they really don't do much because, well, they just don't. And it's nice that they buffer up together, but quite often if you've got a really sharp bit of track, you get buffer lock and the wagons come off. I've got sharp track, so there you go. No coal in the tender. I can rectify that up. I will make a little plate, and I can put some coal in that. Removable, I might add. It's really nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. I'm going to operate it on my. I've got a test track behind me, which is I've got a Gauge Master controller. So this will run on analog first, then we'll take it outside. It's programmed up to run on number 3, as do all locos when you get them, or all chips. So they all default to 3. And I thought, well, what better number to give it than 55? So that's what I'm going to do using my NCE PROCAB unit. So here's all the junk I've got here, all the stuff I'm working on. The B1, I'm going to strip that back. I've got to paint the tender. Got some steps to finish on that. You name it, madness. So I run this. So if I'll put it on there. And using my Gauge Master controller. So as you can see, it does run on DC, and it's got the glowing firebox, which obviously pushes out when the engine, there's no power to the track. So before I go outside, for the benefit of those who don't understand DCC or anything else, obviously what I'm going to do is change the address on the loco from 3 to 55. So when in the controller which I use, if I put 3 in, it works, and none of the other locos work. But I'm going to change it so that instead of putting 3 in, I put 55. How do we do this? Well, we put it on what's called a test track. So this is my DCC magic box of tricks, and to that is wires off, and that goes to the actual controllers. So the first thing you do, this has got a power in, DCC out, and that goes to all the sections. Here's 3 sections of track, and there could be insulating fish plates or just gaps, whatever it is, right? So as you can see, I've got DCC out, I'll go to that section, I'll go to that section. Now this one doesn't have to be, that could be in a siding. So let's say I want to use this section as a test track. What I do is I take the DCC test, I feed it to one side of a double pole, double throw switch, the track to the other. And depending on which way I throw that switch, it's either, well, it will normally be on track, so this is just connected to these sections. But if I put this in test track mode, I flick the switch down, and this section is then from there, goes through there and to that. So, but nothing else will operate. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go outside now, put it on the test track and reprogram this loco up. So welcome to my train set / railway, model railway layout. So here's my DCC system. That's the box of tricks, Power Pro. It's got a 5 amp power supply there. This has also got the radio option. See your little radio antenna, and this is a control. This is one you use for controlling it. It's not plugged in. I can plug it in and use it normally, or I can use it radio. Now, as I said, if you look at this, that goes to the transformer, which is there. That goes down to the bus and feeds all the track sections. Oh, why is that flashing like that? It's interesting. I wonder why it wasn't flashing, why it went off. This was not plugged in properly. It was a bit loose. So status, that means it's all ready to rock and roll. It's going to the track. Now, as I said, that's the power, goes to that transformer there. That's a 5 amp transformer. These 2 wires, they go under the board and they go to, I've got cable, the mains cable, and it feeds all the track sections. That's the programming track, right? And that goes via this switch. This is this switch, so that's on track. That's the other way. And the track section, you can put it anywhere, but I decided why not use a siding. So this one here is isolated. So this little siding is my programming track. So let's try it. Will it work? Will it work without Steve make a complete balls up? So see here, this loco here is number 12. And this is not 12. So when I've actually did change that yesterday, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. But I'm going to try another experiment. So you can see that's running because that's 12. This thing's talking to all the track, but this one says, well, I'm not 12, so I'm not going to operate. So what I'm going to do, I've never done this before, but I'm going to prove something to myself. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this off. Now, on my other controller, this is a little handheld, I've got 55 in there, so that should work. Look at that. Funny that, and number 12 isn't. But what I'm going to do, let's put this on the test track. Oh, got the point set wrong, hold on. So what I've done, I just put this on the test track, which I'm going to demonstrate to you in a minute. I changed this one to 12, so I've got two locos called 12, providing this goes. See, look, they both go, so they've both got the same address, which is what you don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is, this was 3, out of the box, this was 3, and I changed it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you now how to put it on the test track and change it to number 55. So, so I'll use the hand of God here to save a bit of time. So that is a test track. So that is a test track. First thing to do, it might be the test track, but it won't be the test track unless I throw this switch. Now, what will happen now is if I try and operate this controller now, as whatever loco's on there, it won't move because it's now not connected to the to here via the normal track. It's on the test track, which I haven't operated. So what do? Notice how that status there is flashing. Sorry, is clear. So here's what we do. Let's go outside and do it. It's very dark in here. So what I'll do, I'll press this button here. It's called Program Escape. So press it once, twice, 3 times. Use programming track. So I press enter, which I'll do. Then it's 3 options. Standard, you can change the CV value. I don't know what 3 is, to be honest, but anyway. So I'm going to use the programming standard. So press it. What will happen? It will wait. It's reading the chip at the moment. It says manufacturer 154, and if I looked up 154 in Google or whatever it is, it will tell me what the manufacturer of the chip is. If I press it again, it will tell me it's version 4. Listen, that's too geeky for me. So now, so let's sit down. Gee, it's so humid outside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go past that enter. Active address, short, set up address, 1, yes. So this is a short address. So you can give it 4 digits, which most of mine do. But this is 55, so I'm going to say yes. Short address, and it tells you, see it's got there, it tells you what the short address currently is. I said it was 12, just like that. So that's why they both operated. So short address 12, so I'm going to put in there 55. So just press 5, and I'm going to hit enter. Activate this address, so press 1 for yes. Long address, I don't know why it says can't read CV now. I don't know if it's that loco or not. Let's see, I don't know why it does that. You don't know if there's a problem with clockwork, do you? Set up long address. I'm not, so I'm just going to enter. Activate this address. I'm not going to press yes. Right, it's done it. So now I'm just going to escape out of it. Now I've got 12. I've still got 12 in here, so because that's the last loco I was running. And see how that runs? Oh, hang on, let's put this back just to prove it. So if that was 12, that loco would operate. So what I'll do is I will change this. So I go select loco and I put in 55. Enter. And it's going forward. So if this should work. It's going to make a liar of me, I know. No, look at that. There you go. I've done it. Notice this is still operating because they'll both operate. Because I've got to put that back, select 12. Oh, I've got 12 on here, so I can stop it on there. There you go. But what I didn't show you is what happens up here. Forgive me for that. So if I go back into program mode again, if I go to use test track, if I go set programming track, you watch. Oh, I won't show you me pressing the enter button, but watch this. See? So now it's telling the status. It's now on the programming track. And if I clear, if I get back out of it, it's gone back to normal status. So that's it. So this is now 55. Yeah, thanks for watching. Look, most of you know this, but I've actually done it because I always don't assume that people know things. Some people might not have a clue. And yes, I realise that DCC is not the be-all and end-all. There's a lot to be said for analogue. There's a lot to be said for clockwork. I mean, let's face it, Greta Thunberg would like clockwork, wouldn't she? No electricity. No fossil fuels. No, I shouldn't say. Anyway, enough.